Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here. We are going to be practicing a Surya Namaskara B. So we do a lot of C. We've done a couple A's and some moon salutations during this teacher training, and we are going to practice a Surya Namaskara B. I think this is just our second one. I don't do this as much. It's not the C is the most traditional that's taught in India. But they're all beautiful, and they all offer some flexion and extension, forward fold inversions, back bends. It's a beautiful practice to have a Surya Namaskara practice. And we're on week 8, which is unconditional love for the self. So we want to put a focus on that. And we're practicing the Niyam Tapas, which is self-discipline. Bring that to our attention. But through this flow, we're going to be putting a lot of focus on the pranayama kosha, our energy body. This week we are on the kosha, the pranayama kosha. And this is the energy body and includes all those systems, the chakras, pranavayas, the meridians, the nadis, all these beautiful systems that make up our energy body, which is what is pre-existent and needs to be in place and healthy and vibrant before a physical body can manifest and come into place. So we really honor this pranamaya kosha as a aspect of an extension of our physical being. It sustains the physical being. All these energy systems, these chakras that are spinning, this energy system is sustaining the physical system. And the best way to get into this pranamaya kosha is the breath. It's probably, other than the body, it's the easiest one to really move into with the breath. So let's begin our practice. And we're going to be doing 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara B. And we're going to be taking a pause because this week our mindfulness focus is to pause randomly and as often as possible throughout the day and bring your single point of focus to listening to a sound in your environment. So we're going to be pausing in between each round and bringing our single point of focus to listening. Let's begin sitting in a comfortable position, whatever that is for you, feeling that connection to the earth, and taking a moment to settle into the body, the Annamaya Kosha. Noticing where that body is in time and space. And how you feel in your body. And then we're going to begin with some breath awareness, mindful breathing as we breathe into that lower belly, as we trigger that parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation response. And a few more breaths. And while you breathe, bring your awareness to that pranamaya kosha, that energy body, that sheath, that layer of your being that is the dynamic energy field. And feel yourself as a vibrating energy field, a tuning fork. And diving into pratyahara, the inner aliveness, the inner sensations and vibrations, the emotions, dipping into that manamaya kosha a little bit. And bringing yourself to an intention you'd like to create for this practice, for this day, for this year, for a lifetime, whatever intention inspires you. Repeating that in the positive and the present tense, as if you have it already. I have the career of my dreams, the relationship of my dreams, the home of my dreams, whatever it is for you that you're wanting. It's in the positive, as if you have it now. And use your imagination and your energy to allow it to be possible. Playing in that visualization, feeling the emotions, and releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Beautiful job. Let's come up to a standing position for our Surya Namaskara B. Let's move back just a little here. Let's see. That's good. So we're going to start in our Tadasana, similar to Surya Namaskara C. Let me turn that just a little. All right. Let's hope you can get all of me. So coming to the front of your mat, feet are hip width apart, and bring your weight to be equally balanced on both feet. And the front of the feet, the back of the feet, the sides, the outsides, the insides, feeling that weight balanced. Beautiful. And as you stand here, let's move into, we'll do it for just the first round, not the second. We'll move into those loops. Feeling the ankle loop, a little lift of the arch. Shin loop, feeling the calves engage. Thigh loop, feeling the lift of the knees. The quadriceps engage. Pelvic loop, bringing that pelvis to neutral. Kidney loop, feeling a lift of the ribs. And shoulder loop. Chin comes parallel to the floor. Shoulders go back and down. And then, of course, our skull loop. As you lift that head up, feel that string pulling you a little bit taller in our Tadasana. And let's inhale those arms up to a full mountain pose. You can go into a little back bend if you like. And coming up and exhaling down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Coming up into our half forward fold. And this is an Ardha Uttanasana. Feeling that spine reaching out towards away from the body. Some space between those spinal processes. Beautiful job. And then we're going to bring the hands down and we're going to move into a plank. You can either drop the knees or keep your body in a high plank, and we're going to come into chaturanga. Nice and slowly coming down, feeling that strength in the arm. Coming all the way down. And we're going to move into an up dog, using our arm strength for this. To a nice flexion of the spine as you come up into an up dog. And breathe, keeping that breath flowing. One more breath here. And moving into downward facing dog, you can curl those toes under, lift those hips up. Feel the ears right between the hands, heels coming towards the earth. Feel the heart coming towards the earth. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Feel the tail lifting, the thigh bones coming back. Fingers are spread to protect those wrists, balancing the weight between all of the hands in a beautiful down dog. And one more nice deep breath here. And then on your next inhale, lifting the head and the heart, we're going to walk, step, or jump that right leg. So it's between the hands, and we're going to move into a Virabhadrasana 1. So you can bring that back foot 45 to 35 degrees. Feel that knee right over the ankle. So we're setting our foundation first, and we're beginning with our alignment, coming up into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, squaring those hips. My left leg's back, so I'm going to move that left hip forward a little bit. Bring that knee back over the ankle. Shoulders are relaxed down even though the arms are up. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Looking ahead as that warrior. Unconditional love for yourself as you move confidently in the direction of your dreams. Beautiful job. And one more breath. And on your exhale, bringing the hands back down to the mat. And we're moving back into our chaturanga flow. So coming nice and slowly down. Once you get all the way down, rooting that pelvis into the earth as your foundation. Using the arm strength to bring yourself into an up dog. The next one, we'll do a cobra. And breathe. Beautiful extension of the spine. And one more breath. And curling those toes under and moving into a downward facing dog. Feeling the heels come towards the earth, head is between the arms. A slight external rotation in the upper arm and a very slight internal on the lower arm. Noticing that. One more breath here. And lifting the head and the heart, we're going to take the left leg up between the hands and move into a Virabhadrasana on this side. So create that foundation, back foot 35 to 45, coming up, squaring those hips, knee over the ankle, That knee is in alignment with the second toe. Shoulders are relaxed down, arms are up. And breathe. And if you'd like to come into a slight back bend, you can do that too. Nice, deep breaths. And one more breath. Inhale, reaching up into the sky, and exhale those hands down. And we're going to be moving into our third and last chaturanga flow. Take the knees down this time. And you can stay in a high one. I'm just showing you options. Bending the elbows, coming all the way down. And we're going to move into an up dog. In the next flow, we're going to do all cobras, baby cobras. Shoulders are back, chest is open, and breathe. In your beautiful cobra pose. One more breath. And next inhale, curling those toes under. Downward facing dog. And you can walk the dog if you like. We're not going to be doing too many variations in this flow because I really want you to get a feel of this flow. This is, I think, the second time we've done it in this course. So beautiful job. And we're going to walk those legs up. And we're going to come into half forward fold. So you can either be reaching out towards the earth. You can have your hands on the shins. Extending that spine out away from the body and breathe. And back into our Uttanasana, fold, forward fold. And coming up into our chair pose, putting those arms up and sitting back onto that invisible chair. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Sitting in your chair. And coming up. Okay. And we're going to stand in our Tadasana for a moment. You can bring the hands in Anjali Mudra. Or just relax them along your side. And take this pause. This week is about pausing, stopping, and bringing that mind to single point of focus. And we're going to use the focus of sound. Just a couple breaths. Feeling that unconditional love towards our own self. Beautiful job. We're going to move into our second Surya Namaskara B, bringing those arms up into our beautiful Tadasana. Move into a back bend. I think the first flow I forgot to move into our chair. So let's move into a chair, a nice flow into the chair pose. Sometimes when we forget it, it can be a teaching, so we won't forget it the next time. Moving into a beautiful chair pose. Engaging the bandhas and breathe. In the next inhale, coming up into our beautiful forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling into our half forward fold, finding a variation that works for you. Whatever that might be. Back down. And then we're going to move into our chaturanga flow. So bringing the hands down to the earth, down to the mat, bringing those feet out into a nice plank, lowering in chaturanga. And as promised, we'll move into our cobra. So we'll set the same foundation, feeling that entire pelvic area pressing into the earth. Elbows are in towards the body. The hands are here just to stabilize. We're not going to be pushing ourselves up like up dog. We're going to inhale using those back muscles to come up. And breathe. Nice, deep breaths. And one more breath here. And we're going to move into our up dog. In those hips. And breathing through your up dog. If you feel like walking the dog, that's okay too. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. It's kind of getting in the way. And we're going to move into our Virabhadrasana 1. So lifting the head and the heart. Use that right foot first. And that right leg forward. Maybe next time we'll kick the leg back and then bring it forward. Adjusting the foundation. The back leg is 35 to 45. And coming up to a nice Virabhadrasana 1. Squaring those hips. Engage those bandhas and breathe. And be that peaceful warrior. Flowing with life. You can come into a back bend if you like. This last breath. And we're going to come down and move into our chaturanga flow again. So moving into your plank, lowering down into chaturanga, going nice and slow so we can build some strength in those arms, pressing that pelvis into the floor and moving into your up dog this time. Our baby cobra. Using those back muscles. The hands are here to stabilize. One more breath. And pushing back into your up dog. Deep flowing breaths. And next inhale, we're going to lift the head and the heart. And we're going to bring that left leg up between the hands. Adjusting the foundation, back foot, coming up into your Virabhadrasana 1 again. Squaring those hips, coming over the ankle, and align with the second toe. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Allowing yourself to be in that energy of the warrior. Moving in divine action when feeling prompted to. Moving with courage. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Inhaling up, maybe going into a back bend for this last breath. And exhaling down. And we'll move through that chaturanga flow again. Coming down nice and slowly. And feeling that pelvis pressing into the earth, using those back muscles to come up into our cobra. Very little weight on these hands. They're just to stabilize. And one more breath. You're doing a beautiful job. And next inhale, curling the toes, moving into your downward facing dog. Our last downward dog. If you want to walk the dog, feel free. Stretching those calves. Deep flowing breaths as we move through this Pranayama kosha. Feeling the energy bodies, the flow of the prana, the life force. And looking between the hands and bringing both feet up. Moving into your half forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana. And exhaling down into full Uttanasana, forward fold. And we're going to move into our chair. I'm going to forget it this time. Sitting back on that imaginary chair, strengthening those legs. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Seal those energies so as you breathe, you can build that prana. Activate that energy body. All the energy systems. And one more breath here. And coming up into a mountain. Tadasana. You can move into a little back bend if you like. And inhale coming up. And exhaling into our chair. Do so much Surya Namaskara C. You got to remember that chair. And Surya Namaskara B. So feeling those strong legs holding us up as we sit on this invisible chair. Engage the bandhas and breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Coming up and moving right into a forward fold Uttanasana. Your next inhale into our Uttanasana. Half forward fold. Find the variation that feels the best for you. And one more breath here. And on the exhale, bringing the hands down, and we're going to move into that chaturanga flow, bringing those legs back. Coming into chaturanga nice and slowly. And this time I'll let you choose whether you want to do an up dog or a cobra. We're going to be doing 3 of them, so you can match as well. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. And then on your next inhale, moving up into our Mukta, Adho Mukta Svanasana. Adho Mukta, downward facing dog. If you'd like to walk the dog, feel free. Let's add a little variation here. Let's kick that right leg out behind us. And then let's bring it up forward between the hands and move into a Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Knee over the ankle, squaring the hips, knee in alignment with that second toe. Shoulders relaxed down, arms are up. And you can come into a back bend if you like. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Beautiful job. And one more inhale. And exhale, coming down into that chaturanga flow. Right leg back. And again, once you get all the way down, set that foundation, pressing into the earth. And choosing whether you want to do cobra or up dog. And one more breath. And moving into your down dog. It's beautiful down dog. Fingers are spread to protect those wrists, bringing the weight in evenly into the entire hand. Be a little walking the dog. And coming back to center, let's kick that left leg out behind us. And breathe. We're moving the prana in the body. Focusing on that pranamaya kosha, that energy sheath. And let's bring that left hand between, a left foot between the hands and move into our Virabhadrasana 1. Squaring those hips. And find your variation. You might want to bring a back bend or not. And one more nice deep breath before we move into our chaturanga flow again, our last one. As you exhale, coming down. Lowering into your chaturanga. And choosing whether you want to do an up dog or a baby cobra. Nice, deep flowing breaths. And your next inhale, we're going to lift back up into our Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Our last one. Deep breaths, activating the pranamaya kosha. Next inhale, we're going to step both feet up, move into our half forward fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling into a full Uttanasana. And then moving up into our chair. Finding that invisible seat. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Activate that energy body. One more nice deep breath here. Beautiful work. And coming up into our mountain. And let's take a nice pause, bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra. Maybe even closing your eyes. Excuse me. Pausing and listening. Have your music on. Just hear sounds of nature. In the living space you're in. Maybe traffic. And then releasing the hands down. We're going to clasp them behind our back, opening up the chest and hinging into our standing yoga mudra, honoring our heart as the highest organ in the body. Releasing those hands, bringing them down to the mat. And let's do a little twist. Let's do a seated spinal twist. We've done that for a little bit. A few ways to do that with the legs. The most easiest and traditional is I have my left leg extended out, right knee is bent. I'm going to take that right foot and bring it on the outside of the left leg. I'm going to take this left arm and I'm going to wrap this right leg into my body. Bring in the right arm right behind my right buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, elongating it. Exhaling, twisting to gaze out over that right shoulder. And breathe. Every inhale is a lengthening, and every exhale is a deepening of the twist. And releasing. Little micro bend to the other side. And let's switch legs. I have my right leg out, bending that left knee, bringing it on the outside of the right leg, taking that right arm to hug the left leg in. My left hand is behind my left buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, twist. And one more breath. And releasing. Micro bend to the other side. Let's come up to the front of the mat and move into some spinal rocks. We bring ourselves down to the earth. Beautiful. Let's move into a half shoulder stand, a nice little inversion. Bring a foot down, one at a time. And hinging over into plow if that's in your practice. And then curling those legs and gently rolling down. Move into a fish, a Matsyasana. Extending those legs out. Palms are face down on the earth, bringing the hands underneath the buttocks, snuggling the elbows and arms in towards the body. Pressing into those elbows as you lift the chest and the head, and gently coming down to rest the head on the earth. A nice back bend in the upper back. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Next inhale, lifting up, straightening out, and coming down, releasing those hands from underneath you. Let's bring those knees into the chest and rock. Let's bring those feet together in Baddha Konasana, wrapping the hands around the feet and gently pulling them into the body, feeling that nice hip opening on both sides. Engage those bandhas and breathe as you bring in the prana and bring your awareness to this pranamaya kosha, this vast energy system, invisible yet powerfully sustaining your physical being. And opening up, feet nice and wide, and pulling down into a happy baby. Just a baby, just a baby. Feeling that hip opening on both sides. And then beginning to play in your baby, giving you a few minutes to really have some fun. Rolling around, and straighten those legs, bend one and the other, go wide, just having fun with the legs. Keeping that breath flowing. Pranamaya kosha activated. And making any last pose or stretch. Maybe just a little longer in your baby, happy baby. Any final movements you may need to make, want to make. Body may crave. And getting in a comfortable Savasana pose. If you need a blanket or a sweatshirt or socks, blanket under your knees, resting, sinking into the earth, allowing the earth to receive your body, feeling that oneness with the earth. Taking a moment to bring your focus towards that Pranayama kosha, sensing any energy moving and flowing through your body. And taking a nice deep breath into the belly to activate that Pranayama kosha. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, gently stretching out the body. When you're ready, rolling over to one side or the other and taking a breath on your side. And coming up to a seated position. And taking this moment to check in, noticing physical body, bringing some extra attention to the Pranayama kosha, energy. Noticing any tingling, vibrating, flowing, heat, cool. And bringing yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Seeing it and feeling it, all in the positive present tense. And releasing that intention with a this or better. This or better. We'll conclude with a namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Surya Namaskara B flow. Spending time this week for unconditional love for yourself and pausing throughout the day and listening and practicing that tapas, that effort. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.